Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
10-4, good buddies, and welcome to Fumble Through.
Fumble Through!
A podcast that learnt the hard way not to look through the holes in truck stop bathrooms. Hitch up your trailers and haul your loads into the Fumble Factory as we get set for another installment of the marvellous adventures of Little Reg, Miles and Flopsy. Hopefully this week they fulfill their lifelong dreams of running away with a circus, taming a chimera and shooting Reg out of a cannon. If you'd like to tell us your lifelong dreams,
follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, or join our Fumble Through Role Players Guild. Nice little group chat. There's a lot of good conversations started on there.
the table of imagination is aglow with excitement this week as we eat too many snacks, drink too much coffee, and ogle Luke's untouched core rulebook. It's so pristine. I know.
Which one?
It's got that new book
I've got
smell.
two, yeah.
never been
Pocket
opened.
edition or the hardback? Which do you want?
They're both in mint condition.
Once you
aren't
go hardback, you never go back.
Everyone says I've got a pocket edition.
they? Oh. Boo.
I like that. I'm taking that one home.
I know you're all anticipating this week's unique nerd topic, but I just want to take a second to talk to all the people out there listening in Adventureland. We love that you listen to our show and we want nothing more than to be able to keep working on high quality content. But to do that, we need your help. Tell your friends about us. Repost our episode links on social media. Go into iTunes and write a review. Hit that follow button on Spotify. Every little bit helps to spread the word, and the more people who listen, the longer we can keep doing this. We have nothing but gratitude for you and all of the goodness that you bring to our lives, so thank you in advance for your help. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on to this week's dicey question. What form of transport from a role-playing game would you most like to travel on? Don't say a horse.
I'm not a big fan of horses.
Yeah, we saw that when your character was introduced.
Yeah.
So this is hard because, like, when you say role-playing game, if you grab something out of Star Wars, there's a Star Wars role-playing game.
there's a
So you
Star
can
Wars
pull it
role-playing.
in. But yeah, but you
Sure.
can't do that with, like, Transformers because there's no Transformers role-playing game, is there?
We're going to get that posted up saying, yes, there is. In
Well, if there is,
1843.
if somebody can point it to me, then, yeah, I'll fucking get it.
Well,
Be a Dinobot for sure. Sorry.
there is the new coming out soon, the Avatar role-playing game. I'm sure Sky Bisons are in there. That'd be pretty sweet.
Oh, yes, that would be. Yep.
You
Yep,
would
yep.
want his glider?
Nah.
Or
Well, if you're not an airbender, it's pretty fucking pointless. One shot, one
Well,
there.
even then,
Or your arms get tired.
yeah, even then, being an earthbender in Bassing Sway and going down those big rock things, the rock slides that they,
Yep.
that'd be pretty fun.
I can keep going if you guys need
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I
go.
mean,
I go. I'm
I'll-
just trying to find the name.
I'm thinking I'd love to teleport. The spell teleport
Love
would be
it.
pretty bloody cool.
Yeah,
and
me too.
dimension door, like being able to step through a hole and step out somewhere else.
Wouldn't it be?
Hang on,
especially
that came out
for
wrong.
especially for people like us who are always late for everything. Imagine how much longer I could sleep in and be later for things. I wouldn't have
I'm
to.
not late because I'm sleeping. I'm late because I'm waiting for other people.
I could just leave without them.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, a dimension door out.
I still think a flying carpet would also be pretty cool.
Yes.
Like, when you think about it, just roll it up after you're done. Pretty easy transport.
your back?
Yeah.
Well, if you're thinking that, I reckon a flying broom might be nice, but
Yeah, but have you ever sat on a broom for a long period of time?
no.
Or a bike with that?
You have
a
recently,
seat?
haven't you? Because Magic the Gathering now is technically part of the role-playing space, I'd go for the Weatherlight.
What's a weatherlight?
The
I have
Weatherlight
no
is
idea
like
what that
is a sky-based ship.
Oh, a sky-based ship. I
It
have
looks
something
like
like
an
that.
actual
Yeah.
like
An
seafaring ship kind of thing.
Yeah, that's mine from Eberron. You know how they
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
harness the
Yeah.
airships of the house.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like what was it? The Troll Hunters. No, what's the other one that's spun off from that? The Wizards one.
Well, I'm only on part 3 of Troll Hunters,
Arcadia.
so-
Oh, sorry, Arcadia. The Arcadia. Yeah, the Wizards one.
Don't ruin it.
They've got Merlin's ship. Basically, looks like the same thing.
Which is just the barge from Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I guess it is. Hey, but it's not. Fuck off.
It's interesting that none of us went for any just like normal. I'd like to be in the back of a carriage, kind of.
We did that at the
I've
beginning of
done
this
on a long
podcast. Didn't go
horse.
too well for us.
I would absolutely ride a griffin or a Pegasus. I
Yep.
think that would be very, very cool.
Mm.
I think that would be, if I'm going to mount
Yeah,
something.
nobody went for a dragon.
Miles' future transport if he ever gets level 18, Baba Yaga's house.
Would that go
Oh.
very fast though?
I can look it up if
Like
you
you
want.
couldn't really do a cup of tea in the middle of Barbie Yagas. It's on chicken
Chickens
legs.
are pretty fast, and if it's that big, it's going to have some.
Good stride.
Yeah, I reckon
I'm
you do some
Googling.
distance. I've just been reminded of the gnomes in Mount Nevermind in Dragonlance who travel up and down their empty volcano through catapult systems.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine little Reg doing that.
Mm.
Just, "Wah!"
Yeah, pull the lever, and if you miss, there's a whole bunch of nets at the bottom, and you just get all right,
Oh, that's cool.
start again.
Like in the circus.
So it's got blind sense, this hut, which seems weird, being that it's a hut.
Doesn't
I
have a
suppose
head.
it doesn't have eyes, yeah.
The
But
huts.
60 foot, I guess, is its move speed. So. Yeah, it's not super fast.
That's fast enough.
Fast enough,
You know, you just hang out the windows with crossbows and we're all good.
That's as fast as a horse.
Yeah.
Horses are 50.
It's not so bad.
But it just means, as you said, you can sleep and tell it to, at 5:30, start walking to work.
and all your stuff's there.
Yeah.
That's
God.
great. That's great.
Imagine the judgment on your house, though. You've rocked up to work and he hasn't cleaned his house again.
Yeah. You've literally just rolled out of bed.
Yep.
That's the same as teleport.
True.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the show. So over the last few weeks, we have been working on a bit of murder mystery. You guys have joined the watch. You've moved into Absalon. You've been following a few leads here and there. You've fought some weird animals. All of this has led you right now into the slaughterhouse, into a place where animals go for their final rest stop to be transformed into the magical thing that we know as a steak. You've gone through the basement. You've entered the house. You've killed a couple of goblins. You've walked into
We
a
didn't
room.
kill them.
We've tied them up.
Oh, you've tied them up and hung them off hooks. Sorry. You've defeated.
With a watch, we don't kill things anymore, right?
You've defeated some goblins. You've walked
Cut their
in.
feet off, right?
That's not what defeat means. It's not. That's not that.
They didn't go anywhere if you do that.
Let's just disarm them.
Moving through the bottom of this slaughterhouse, you have gotten into a room where there are two pits. Those pits are filled with offal and the refuse from dead animals. It smells disgusting in here, and the whole area in this room is filled with a mist that is very acidic on the nose. It burns as you're breathing in. You can feel it in the back of your nostrils. A creature was in here, a large goblin that looked like it had boils and pustules all through it. It looked like it had been half melted, kind of like I envisaged that creature. Remember RoboCop when the guy gets acid poured all over him? The
toxic waste
original,
cans,
from the original RoboCop. He looks a bit like that, half melted, sludging away. You managed to defeat him in a very cowardly way after Miles put him to sleep and he just fell into the pond. I mean, it was bullshit, really. And like a real person would have challenged him properly. But you then started moving around the room, started searching around the room and having a look at things when all of a sudden the sludge from the pit in front of you begins to burble and roil around. The offal and detritus of meat stir beneath the layers of green slime that floats on top, almost as if alive. The green ooze on top starts to move on its own, lifting the creature of this goblin that's fallen into the pit to the surface. Even as you look, you can see that the creature has inhaling a portion of this slime, breathing in the murky gases that rise from the top, inhaling them as if from a shisha pipe. You see these forms swell with energies. He seems to almost grow, while at the same time manifesting more grotesque, bulbous sores that rise from his skin as more parts of his skin melt off. The creature breathes in heavily, and with one big exhalation, a cloud of noxious acid, gaseous cloud sprays towards all of you. You need to all make a reflex save to see if you can jump out of the line of this acidic gas.
So Reg rolled a 14.
14 for Reg. What about you, Flopsy?
22.
Not so bad at
fucking
all.
awesome.
And you, Miles?
11.
Ooh. Could I please get somebody to roll for Saloni? Sacre bleu! It has come from the depths!
Somebody else want to do that?
No? What did you roll?
4.
A 4. Half of you make it and half of you fail as this noxious gas strikes into you. That deals, wait for it. Oh my God. Miles, you and Saloni both take 5 points of acid damage. You can feel the pucks of acid coming into your face and burning away at your clothes. Reg and Flopsy, you take half of that, so that's only 2 points for you. The next part of it, though, is that because you failed your save and you have acid all over you, Miles, you need to make for me a fortitude save, please. Can I get you, Brett, to roll one for Saloni?
16 for Miles.
And what did Saloni roll?
You rolled a 12.
Saloni and Miles, you both sort of shake off these effects. You rub some of the acid away and you breathe and you cough it out a little bit, but it doesn't affect you in any more way than just that damage. And at this point, we're going to roll initiatives. What are your initiatives, please?
Nice. I always get a flashback to Futurama when it's Fry versus Zoidberg in the pits with that one, rather than the actual Star Trek episodes.
How come these murder investigations are always in a slaughterhouse and never in a florist or a butterfly dome? Or
Hey, Hot Fuzz. Murder's in a florist.
is it?
It's true, there is, yeah.
Yeah, she gets her head chopped off.
Cheers,
Well, I stand corrected.
All right, little Reg, what is your initiative modifier?
25.
25. What about you, Flopsy?
Flopsy's modifier is 3, but he rolled an 8, so that's 11 altogether.
All right, Miles, what did you get?
16.2.
Awesome. And can someone roll for Saloni, please? Add
18.
20 for Saloni, which gives us Reg going first. Reg, you are standing at the edge of a pit right now. The creature is actually inside the water, still floating on top, almost being held up by the sludge inside, about 5 feet away from you.
So looking at it thinking, hang on, 5 feet away from me.
Yeah, it's about a step away. So you could step up and it's on the floor right there.
And it's looking nasty, right?
Yeah.
The acid, I've seen it splash. It's not nice. Okay, so Reg's going to take a 5-foot step back, load his light crossbow, and shoot the crossbow at it.
Sure.
So that is a grand spanking total of a 18 to hit.
An 18 will strike true. Yes!
Ooh, excited. 7 points of damage.
Ooh,
Nicely done.
That is a lot of damage.
Was it a light crossbow for you or a light crossbow for a medium-sized creature?
Fuck! D6 then, right? Motherfucking 2.
That's more like it.
That's bullshit.
You see the crossbow bolt fly into the creature. It hits one of those sores that have come up, and a bit of acid goes spraying outwards, giving you the indication that maybe if you would punch this thing, it probably wouldn't end very well for you. That comes to Saloni. Saloni looks at you and she says, "Why did you shoot it?
Doesn't look very happy. I don't know.
Instead of punching it."
I don't want to punch you. I'm going to get sprayed with acid. I'm not getting up near in the face of that thing. No way.
Finally, you are using your brain. And she pulls out a dagger.
Fucking hell.
She throws the dagger at the creature. Can you roll a to hit for me, please? Luke's got it.
18.
18. That's going to ring true as well. Roll a d4 for the damage for that.
1.
1 point of damage.
You.
1 point of damage still goes through, and you see again the dagger flies, hits it in its shoulder, and it again another spray of acid comes out of it. Miles, what are you going to do?
So Miles is right up in its grill at the moment, isn't he?
You're still a fair bit away. You were close to the edge of the pool, but Reg was the closest.
Okay. Miles, he's going to go, Tippy, what can you tell me about these creatures? And do a knowledge check.
Knowledge local.
I didn't have that. Never mind. Never mind, Tippy.
Yeah,
You're useless.
As far as you know, it's a goblin.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's a goblin, but something's gone on. You think being in this room for so long has changed it physiologically. It's larger than other goblins you've seen. It's got pustules. It's
Okay.
all melty.
Hearing what Reg and Saloni said, I'm going to do a sleep hex on it, slumber hex.
Okay,
Sleep strike without the strike.
sure.
Will save, please.
The will save that I got was a 17.
That passes.
Oh, you see his eyes glaze over a little bit, and he kind of shakes it off, and then, and Flopsy, it's your go.
Flopsy's going to do a knowledge check to see what he can understand about this particular type of goblin with a natural 19 that gets him to 27.
Yeah, you've never seen the likes of this before. This is a unique creature that is specific, you think, to this
There's
room.
no knowledge gained. There's
It
no
is-
way to gain
yeah,
any
you-
knowledge
You feel
by
you
the rules of the system.
by the rule. No, you feel like the pieces of information that you've got around the fact that it is spewing acid, that it has acidic globules all over it, that it's nothing that you have read about, seen about, anything like that before.
Okay, then Flopsy's going to pull out a bomb and throw it at
Sure.
it. Because we're going loud. I'm assuming you guys have all shot it now. We're lethaling now. We haven't been lethal yet.
Lethal as in lethal intent, or
Oh,
lethal
look,
as in?
there's no one who's going to get splashed by this bomb, but I just want to make sure we haven't killed any goblins yet.
This isn't a goblin, though, is it?
Well, it's some kind of goblin.
This
of
is
course.
unnatural. It's
This is
unholy.
the-
It's not right.
This is
not,
the longest
yeah.
free action we've ever taken. It's a ranged touch attack of 18.
That's definitely going to hit.
That does 11 points of fire.
Holy
damage.
smokes, 11 points.
Max damage.
Wow. The actual gas that's above this pond seems to just erupt a little bit. You know, like if the fumes of petrol just catch on fire and you see it ripple
Fucking
across.
hell.
It doesn't do anything towards you guys,
Oh, okay.
but you can see that the just the volatile nature of whatever is in these ponds is right there, and the bomb just goes boom. You see a bit of acid splash out of the of there, and you see the green slime on the top kind of recoil a little bit from that, and it
That slime was alive, wasn't it?
yes.
Hang on, we weren't told that before, were we?
Yep.
Were we?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how Brett knew.
I haven't read this module.
Neither have I.
Okay, coolio.
Okay, so I'm going to just move back a little bit now. And he moves 10 foot back.
Okay, so you move a bit further back out of range. At this point, the enemy splashes, moving both of its arms onto the side of the pool, lifting itself out of there. And at that moment, you can see his arms have elongated almost like tentacles a little bit, not giving it reach, but just they have mutated and changed a lot. And as its body and its torso comes out of the water, you can see again just that slimeness, that whatever clothes this creature was wearing have started to wear off, and from its hands it pulls up a long sword and a hand axe, both of which drip with acid at this point. You can see that while they are both dripping with acid, it's also affecting the weapons themselves, and they're starting to corrode and erode out of the way, making them a lot less dangerous, but a lot more dangerous in a very different way. Reg, you're the first person that is right next to it, up in its grill. It kind of looks at you and goes,
So sorry, am I literally base to base with it, essentially?
it's come out and it's gone a 5-foot step right up next to you because you've moved back a little bit to shoot it.
So I was 10 foot away, so it's managed to get right up to me, yeah?
Yeah, so it's
All right,
moved
sorry
out.
to get bogged down in the distances, but yeah.
No, it's moved out because you've got your bow in hand. It's moved straight up to you. You are the closest creature to it at this point in time. And it says to you, as it tries to say something, but its throat is just burnt away with acid. The long sword that's in its hand slices down at you, trying to attack. That is, my friend, a 23 to hit you.
Doesn't it?
It doesn't hit you.
Yeah, of course it fucking hit.
I was about to go, what? That's amazing.
Yeah, I was looking at my HP.
I
sorry.
speak acid goblin, and I think he said, sorry about this.
1 point of physical damage that comes through from this sword, but 4 points of acid that strike into you. The burn, it's not the actual sword itself, but it's the burn that comes after the sword with the acid splashes all over you that actually does the damage for you.
You get the feeling that all that went through.
It's not the heat, it's the humidity.
It's the dry heat, man.
Bringing us to round 2.
Flopsy, what the hell is this? What is it?
It's a goblin, but it's been mutated by the mutant in the mutation. But obviously there's an alkaline and a mutant substance on that pond, and the slime has affected it from the... I don't know.
So what are you going to do, Reg?
Um,
This thing's right next to you. You're holding your crossbow, your little-sized crossbow, not
yeah,
your
how
medium-sized
tall?
crossbow.
Hang on, how tall is this thing?
It's a medium-sized creature.
All right,
It
so it's-
seems to have bulked up, like it's swollen.
It got swole.
Get out of there,
It
Reggie.
got way swole.
Don't be next to it.
I will disengage and move away.
All right, so you're going to withdraw?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So if you withdraw, just know this, you leave Miles as the next closest
hang on.
character.
Where are you?
So you're right now, Miles and Saloni are almost straight behind you. So they're a wall and then Flopsy's behind them. So if you withdraw, this creature is within move distance.
Is this thing on 2 feet?
Yep.
Like,
Well-
not a bed of tentacles or anything
No,
like that. Nothing
no.
crazy or 4 legs. Or
No,
just...
but it is dripping on the floor, and you can see as the drips hit the stone, it sizzles a little bit, and some acrid.
So here's a question for you. Crossbow's 2-handed, right?
Yes.
So if I want to change weapons, can I go one-handed with that and pull my other one as a free action rather than dropping the
Yes.
crossbow entirely?
Yeah, you can hold it.
Cool. Let's do that then. So I'm going to draw my Kama.
Yep.
Kama, chameleon. And I'm going to try and trip it.
Ooh, okay.
I really don't want to roll this dice. So that is a 17 on the trip.
That is verse a CMD,
Mhm.
and you fall 1 point short.
Oh,
1 point.
no.
Did I give too much away from behind?
Hang on.
the
Did I
screen?
have anything up still from the last encounter?
Yeah.
What did I have? No. All right. I'm clutching at straws.
Did you cast Bless? You're the cleric.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
He's got too many character classes. You can't
Fucking
tell.
hell. It's true. There's a raft of them. Let me just double check I've got that right. Where's the trip?
Saloni's go. Saloni looks at you and she says, "Are you going to get into best to best with this?
No.
Then allow me." And she pulls the rapier coming out in one hand and a dagger in the other hand. She steps up into base to base right next to Reg and she attacks twice. Can I get 2 people to roll 1d20 each? The first is for the rapier.
I'm using the poop dice that rolls terribly for me.
Likewise.
It's now going to be the Saloni dice.
Okay.
So I rolled a 15 on that.
Oh,
Nice.
15. Yes, the poop dice rings true as the rapier finds purchase and pierces this creature's skin, hitting one of those bulbous sores, but also doing a d6 point of damage, please,
Oh,
Lindsay.
so she lanced
You didn't
it,
hit the squirtle?
rapier. 5 points of damage.
Oh, nasty.
Poop dice for Saloni.
Yeah, that's
Locked
not,
in.
that is
Themed.
not,
Yeah.
I second that notion.
that is not a bad. She's the best character in this party.
I just did 11 points of damage. And then you've put all the other players next to it, so I can't do that again. You fucker.
At the same time that she hits, though, the bulbous sore squirts out. Just make a reflex save for me, please.
All right. Reflex. 10.
You take 2 points of damage. Saloni kind of moves out of the way.
I take 2 points of damage.
Yeah, as a splash of acid.
Because you're next to it.
Yeah. She lances a giant acid boil on this thing and it explodes, going psst and squirting everywhere, and you get a little bit of acid in your eye.
I thought it was a reflex save for her.
Nope.
Fucking
She
hell.
passed hers.
I don't know why you didn't 5 foot away.
And her second attack was a dagger hit. Luke, you rolled that dagger hit.
It was
What
a
did-
natty 19.
Oh, natty 19 is a
Oh,
possible
nice.
critical. Could you please roll to confirm?
This is a big one, too.
Rolled a 12.
I don't think that 12 plus 3 is going to hit its armor class.
What? That's a proper
And I'll tell you
sized
this
dagger.
little piece
Should I go and
behind,
sneak attack with that?
again, looking behind the screen, Luke's failing by 1 every time today. That was 1 off.
I'm not
the
really. He's
creature's-
just saying that to make me feel
creature's
bad.
armor class.
Was it D4?
However, you
AC
still
is
hit.
16. Got it.
You still hit, so do your damage.
For D4?
Yep.
D6, this is a proper dagger.
No, daggers, it's still D4s in the real world.
Read a rulebook, Brett. 4 points of damage.
Max damage.
Max damage.
Plus
Shit.
1.
These poop dice, I love.
Something weird happens at this point. Her dagger slices across the creature's belly, cutting it open. You see the creature kind of bubble and swell as it explodes.
Death Blossom.
Boom! A whole heap of acid flies out in a 10-foot radius from this creature, which is enough for reflex saves needed from Saloni, from Miles, and from Reg, who is right up in its grill. Do you want to roll for Saloni, please, Brett?
Natty 20.
I don't even know how this would work, but you Matrix style move out of the way
hide
of
behind-
every acidic globule.
I hide behind Reg.
I
Just pick him up and hold him.
Reg, what'd you get?
So as he holds me up, I guide him around it with a reflex save of 26.
Oh, wow. Wow, you two are like everything's slow mo, and you're kind of moving around each globule in the air. This is where it turns. What did Saloni get, Brad?
I will stop the bomb. I will stop the boom. And she jumps in front of it with an 8.
Oh, gross! That is absolutely gross. And Saloni takes the brunt of the acidic damage, probably shielding you guys as she jumps in front of it. You can see it burn a little bit into her arm. You can see a big chunk of her face actually gets burnt away.
I'm just picturing that scene from Aliens where Drake gets blasted by...
And she falls to the floor, and you can see smoke coming from her. And she's like, "Suck the blood!" And in almost a moment, you can see her get calm, and you can see her mouth move a moment. Her hand glows a golden color as she touches her own face, and her wounds knit together,
Sacre bleu.
leaving you in a room with this dead creature's belongings.
Yeah, it would be a hand
Touch
axe
them all.
and
Roll in them.
a sword.
Somebody going to detect magic here?
Yeah, righto. I'll detect magic. No problem. I'll do a little round the room detect magic.
You detect magic on its belongings. On this creature, the longsword drips away a little bit, but it glows magical.
What do I know? I'll do a check on that. Is that the only magic in the room?
It's the only magic in the room, but it also has a very well-made hand axe, and you can see a small dagger as well in one of its pouches. That's a leather pouch that's shielded a little bit.
On a 24, do I know what that sword is?
It's +1 longsword.
Oh.
So it is a magical +1 longsword.
How's everyone looking? How are you looking,
With my
Miles?
eyes.
I'm a little bit damaged, but
A little bit too. I got a little bit of that. Little bit of that.
You also have, just so you know, you also have a masterwork hand axe, and the dagger, as you pull it out, has a silvered blade.
oh, so we got two now.
Oh, Saloni would stand up and say, "Sakla, I am feeling much better. Reg, you acted very honorably."
Thanks, Frenchie. And Reggie bursts for 6 points of healing.
Oh, that's good.
I think
That's
you got-
good.
Sure.
Good, yeah. I just...
Oh no! Oh,
Breathe
the
it in,
acid,
breathe it in, breathe
the
it in.
acid ignites when combined with your methane. You guys are left. You do your bit of healing, and you guys are left in this room. There are 2 furnaces at the end of these big ponds, and as you look at them, you notice that there's a mechanism by which you can pull a handle and open a sluice gate, and the sluice gate will empty whatever is in these ponds into the furnaces. You think it's a way of them regulating the slime that's captured inside of the
I wonder
pits.
if this is how they eat the bits they don't want. Slime might eat it, grow, get rid of the slime in the furnace,
Nice.
manage the waste disposal system.
It's Flopsy's gross. I don't want to think about it, Flopsy.
Okay. Saloni,
Yes,
do you have any use for a longsword instead of that rapier?
it is unwieldy for me. I need the lightness of a rapier.
Just a nose fine, thank you.
What about you, Reg? Can you use a longsword?
That's too long for me.
It'd be a
Great
great
sword,
sword.
yeah.
Reggie, yeah.
It's just a good one.
I've never been trained in that kind of weapon, so I don't think
You've
I'll
already
use
got a
it.
great sword strapped to your back,
No.
don't you, with a rake on it?
I thought we sold it.
I don't know.
But yeah, no, I don't think I would be any good with that either. Sorry.
I'll just
I can carry it for you if you want.
that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, so in the room that you guys are currently in, you know that there are 2 doors that lead out of here. One door is on the northernmost wall. The other door is on the easternmost wall. There was an opening towards the south that you walked past as well. That didn't have any doors on it. There was a room that you kind of looked past, but you immediately went around the corner from that because there's a bit of a dogleg and it's out of sight from you right now as well. So there are 3 ways other than the way that you entered this room that you can get out of it. So door to the north, door to the east, and an opening to the south.
Should we go and listen to all the doors?
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea, Flopsy.
Let's just do a perception check at each of the doors and see what we can see.
All right.
Are we
Which
still
one are
being
you gonna
stealthy?
start
How
with?
loud was that bang that you made?
It would have been pretty loud.
It would have been pretty loud.
And it's echoey.
Yeah, it's very smoky in here still. It's still that, it's very uncomfortable in here. While there's no actual mechanical effects for you, it's very uncomfortable in this room. This room is very noxious. It smells like farts. All right,
Oh,
so
fuck.
which door are you going to start at, guys?
Door number 1.
which is north.
Whichever one.
North.
We're going to work our way backwards.
North, east.
Go north, east, and then south.
Okay, so you start with the northernmost door. Make your perception checks as you listen on the others or on this side.
I bet you got a 16 on his perception.
Sure.
That was a terrible roll.
What about you, Flopsy?
What are we doing?
Flopsy hits his head on the door from the sounds
What's
of
that
things.
now? Miles, have you had listened over the door?
No, I'm just watching the south opening, making
Okay.
sure nothing's going to
And
come
so
through.
no
Right,
need-
so in order for you to watch the south opening, you actually have to move away from the rest of the group. So you have to separate yourself because it's around a dog leg. So you can't see the south opening from where you are now. You have to go around a small wall to get there.
Okay, well, can I just watch the corner that
Yeah,
things would
you
come
can
around?
watch that opening
Yeah.
that if something came around.
Yeah, I
from
want
that
to
south.
be aware that if
Yeah.
anything comes
But you're
behind, I
staying
can
with the
shout out.
group, I'm
Yep.
assuming. Yep. Okay. And you walk up to the eastern door.
Are we going to listen to...
Oh,
Saloni,
shit
did
in
Saloni,
hell.
did Saloni
14.
use her elven ears on this?
Oh, yeah.
I
Hey,
think,
Frenchie.
I think one of them burnt
Frenchie,
off.
Frenchie. She's got round ones now, right? Frenchie, can you hear anything?
I shall take a listen. There is nothing that I can hear from the other side of this door.
Let's check the other door, the eastern one.
So you go to the easternmost door. What was your perception checks on the easternmost doors, guys?
Oh, I think it was 14.
14.
Reg for Reg, yeah.
Shh. I'm listening now. Be quiet. Be very quiet. 26.
That's not bad at all. You don't hear anything audible, but you hear the slight sound of speaking.
That's not audible.
It's not audible.
I smell the sound of speaking.
So
Did you see that word right there?
So you can't make out the words for that they're saying, but you can hear the murmur of
There's human voices.
very
over
far away, but you can hear voices.
there. There are voices in there. Far, far away. Perhaps even at the brickworks.
Are you sure, Flopsy? I didn't hear a thing.
Very certain. Don't ever question me again.
I think we should check out this opening first because we can't leave it shut.
Will you leave her alone?
Fuck.
Come on then, let's check out around the dog peg.
Let's do it. Don't dog peg. Let's do it. Go on.
To the dog leg.
We do want perception?
We're going to
Around the
sneak
dog
to,
leg?
sneak to the opening and then listen and look and see
All
what
right.
we can see.
Make yourself some stealth checks for me as you
Ooh,
move
stealthy.
very, very quietly.
Quietly now, people.
Reggie got a 27 on his stealth.
Ooh, Reggie, you are moving as stealthy as always.
17 for Miles.
Not so bad, Miles.
19 for Flopsy.
Oh, excellent. Could you make a
Flopsy
roll
is
for Saloni,
On
please?
game. Hey. 8.
Even with an 8, you guys are moving very, very slowly. You approach this little opening in the door. Wait,
Slowly.
fuck off.
No, I'm laughing because I'm picturing us like the Scooby-Doo group.
Did,
Ding, ding, ding.
we're moving slowly, but
Tippy.
Clang.
What a bummer. Do you know what Buck Rogers is?
No.
Okay, right. Wasted.
you don't.
No.
Oh,
Oh, educated.
I know my mother has said many
My
times.
oh wow.
I said, "Oh, you'd probably really like Buck Rogers." I'm like,
Buck
"Sure,
Rogers.
sure."
Buck Rogers.
That's
I
the
know what Duck Dodgers is.
Duck Dodgers is the Daffy Duck version of that. Yeah.
Buck Rogers.
So Daffy Duck is a takeoff of Buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ay, ay, ay.
Your stealth checks are amazing as you are all moving as silently as possible. Who's taking up the front of the scouting mission as you move towards the south?
For those playing at home, everyone just looked at Reggie.
So
Reggie will take it up the front. Yep.
So, Reg, you are moving forwards. Give me a perception check, please.
Sure. 23.
You see a series of levers and some pulleys and some gears. There's a rope that hangs down from there, and it looks like an area that's a bit of a grease trap. Some mechanical device is usually in this very small, the room's only about 15 by 20 foot. The room itself has, at the back end of that, you can see all these mechanical contraptions, and you can see a lever that's set on the floor with like a little sort of a chain gate that comes across. Do you have knowledge engineering at all?
No.
On your 23, though, you also catch not a movement, but you catch the edge of a humanoid figure just standing on the other side of the doors or on the other side of the opening.
So how far is everyone else behind me at this point?
just behind you.
Yeah, think as you said, the Scooby Gang, and we were like
Right, okay.
5 foot behind.
So
You
I
stop
kind of
and they all
hold, yeah,
bang
yeah.
into you.
So I'm going to hold my hand up to get everybody to kind of stop. Hey, Flopsy,
Yes.
can you see in here?
Yes.
What's all this contraption here?
Don't know, I haven't looked yet.
Have a look. I want to see if I'm going to go in there. There's a guy in there. I want to take him.
Okay.
I don't want to trip on a trap on the way in. All right, I'm going to load my crossbow.
So you are loading your
I'm
crossbow.
loading my crossbow. I'm going to my intention is to go around the corner and just get whoever it is in there to freeze.
And
Well,
what are you
actually, why am I doing that? Let's just sleep strike him. Hey, Miles.
Yeah.
There's a guy in here. We need to knock him out.
Okay.
If it doesn't go well with the crossbow,
Just sleep.
just sleep him.
Just sleep him anyway.
But we might want information.
We wake up in a little bit and then we'll get the info.
Okay.
Come on now. Everyone quietly in there. Sleep strike the thing in there.
So Reggie will come like real like Black Ops round the corner, crouching down, crossbow pointing at the silhouette, training the crossbow on where I saw the silhouette,
Miles is going to sleep it, or try to.
and I'll be ready in case it doesn't work.
Flopsy's waiting for Miles. See what Miles does and then we'll react once that either takes effect or does not.
Sleep strike. I move up and I raise my fist, and a glowing spectral fist comes out and puts him to sleep
Okay, so
successfully.
you make a perception. First and foremost, you have to see this guy because Reg saw him around the corner with a spot check. So he's pointed it out, so it's an easy spot, but let's make sure that you can see where he is.
Natty 19.
Perfect. You can see him very easily. You sleep strike. Your invisible fist comes and hits into this creature and,
Will save, please.
yep,
Is that Tippy?
nothing happens. The creature stays fairly much still.
Does it respond in any way?
Nope.
Didn't work.
What are you doing, Reg?
Just training my crossbow on the silhouette.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't move. What are you doing, Flopsy?
Can I see anything more particular about this silhouette with dark vision?
Make a perception check to see if you can see it. It's around a corner, which is the problem. It's not the dark vision. It's around a corner. It's not in open
But
sight.
if I can see it, I can see it. If I can't see
Yeah,
it,
that's
I
what
can't
I'm
see
saying. Like but it's standing on the other side of a doorway. So yeah, I get what you're saying, but you've got to be able to see it first. So make your perception check to see if you can actually see the creature from where you are.
it. My perception is 10.
A 10, you can't even make it out from where you are. Your vantage point doesn't give you any idea of where it is.
I can't see anything to do anything with it.
Mhm.
So
I'm going to stealthily move him further into the room.
Okay, so do you move into the room?
Yeah, stealthily
Okay.
though.
Yeah, as soon as you step through the door, two creatures on either side look at you and you can hear them going as their undead eyes fix on you and their fleshy bodies go. Initiatives, please.
undead.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see they're undead?
Yep.
Sweet.
And there's one on each side of the door. So essentially the room's 15 foot wide. You're standing in the middle of it. It's 20 foot deep.
Okay.
So, initiatives. What are we going to do? Reg, what's your initiative bonus, please? Or what's your initiative roll? 24. 24. What about you, Miles?
10.
Oh, that's not as good as you have previously done. And Flopsy?
14.
14. Can somebody please roll for Saloni?
3.
Not great at all. But as bad as she rolls, the creatures in the room roll even worse. Reg, you are standing surrounded, flanked, if you will, by two creatures. You immediately know them to be zombies.
Oh, right. I'll burst for 6 points.
Oh, is that what kind of save do they get versus that?
Let's check. Will save?
Okay.
Will they?
Well, I can tell you one of them won't. And the other one, oh, that's not so bad. 18 and 8 are the two rolls.
It's a DC 10, so one saved, one didn't. Then.
Okay.
Yep.
And so one of them takes 6 points of damage.
Yep.
And
one of them takes 3 points.
Okay. 6 and 3. As you can hear from two creatures that start to move, and you can see them sort of shamble towards little Reg. Flopsy, what are you going to do?
Flopsy's going to move up to it, pull a new flask off his hip,
Mhm.
hearing undead, and throw it at one of the undead creatures
Okay. So you
from
can
10 foot away.
You can choose the creature on the left-hand side of the door from your perspective or the right-hand side of the door. From
Left-hand
your
side, please.
perspective. Okay, perfect.
Range touch of 8.
A range touch of 8 is going to smash on the wall just behind it, so that is not going to be enough to hit it.
Sorry, looking up anything. Does an acid do splash damage? Acid bomb? I'm looking it up then. Every creature within 5 feet of that creature takes some splash damage.
Mm-hmm.
Does 1 point of damage to non-undeads and 2 points of damage to undeads
Ooh.
as a bone burn.
And does that
bomb
just sort of
goes
hit?
off.
So that essentially just hits on the floor in its square that it's in?
Sure.
Okay, so does Reg take that damage is what I'm trying to get to.
I think, yes, Reg would. Well,
I just want to know that Reg is getting damaged.
so it's as per an acid flask, except it's a bone burn, so it does special damage to
Ooh.
undead creatures.
What if I've got an erection?
It's a very tiny one. He's a small creature.
Oh, hey.
So, Reg, you take 1 point of damage from acid as Flopsy, true to Flopsy's nature, gives you a little bit of party damage. Miles, what are you going to do?
Miles is going to look at the one opposite on the right-hand side that
Yep.
just got bombed, and he's going to point it and go, "You sir are going to have a bad day."
Yep.
Wagging his finger at it.
You putting it just in? Or
Yeah. And cast Misfortune Hex on it. So we'll save, please.
Okay. That is a natural. That's a 1. I thought it was a 7 for a second. I was like, no, it's a 1. Natural 1. So the one on the right-hand side is now
Rolling twice.
misfortuned. Saloni's go. Saloni can't get in there to do anything, so she kind of pulls 2 of her weapons out and she readies her action, but she also looks behind you to make sure that you're not getting surprised by anything else. Enemies go. There are 2 enemies on either side of you, Reg, so 1 on each side. That means that the first one who took the bomb damage is going to attack you just with one slam, one simple slam. And a wet, flat slap hits you right across the face on a 22, I believe.
yeah, that gets me.
Oh, this is not fun at all for you because these things actually do a fair bit of damage. That is 9 points of damage as it cops you right
Fuck,
across
okay.
the face. The one on the other side rolls twice, and even rolling twice, this is still going to be a 14 to hit you.
Not enough.
Not enough. So again, this one tries to body slam you and misses and hits the wall that's right there. But you can see them both trying to bite you.
Gee, did that hurt?
It did a little. If it would trip my tooth.
If you want one of Justin's chips too, messages that Fumble through at
We'll make a
facebook.com.
special dice.
What I
where-
do for Foley art. That brings us to round number 2. Little Reg, you are surrounded.
Okay, so having been slapped squarely in the face and not impressed by that, Reg is going to pull a camera and flurry at the zombie.
Which
So
one? The one that
the
hit
one
you
that
or the
hit
other
me,
one?
the one
Yep.
that actually hit me. So I'm going to start with trying to trip it with the Kame. So that is a 13 to trip.
Remember how earlier I was talking about Reg 1 under? Reg 1 under. You need a 14 to hit.
Are you trying to give him a new nickname?
Yep.
Failing that, obviously coming swinging through and it totally missing, he's going to come back with it in this reverse direction, try and sweep out the leg in one direction. Missing that, he's going to flip his grip in the camera and bring it straight back to try and get it again for another trip. Fucking yes. Okay, that time it was a 24.
Oh, it just falls straight to the
Nice.
floor.
So
you
we-
hear a thud as it goes.
And as it's going down with vicious stomp,
Yep.
Reggie then decides to do an axe kick on its down. So he brings his leg fully up and as it's coming down, just kicking it straight down on the face for a 21. Does
That'll
that hit?
definitely hit.
Nice.
So for a grand total of 3 points of damage.
Nice. You feel like not all that goes through, Reg.
What?
That was all bludgeoning damage, right?
Correct.
So you hit its fleshy.
hang on.
Yes, it was. No, yeah, it was the camera
the camera's
trips,
not-
and then the attack that I got from the trip from Vicious Stomp is a kick.
So at this point, your heel hits into the zombie, into its flesh, and that you hear a wet kind of as it hits, but you don't feel like, whereas somebody else would get bruised and you'd hit muscle or you would crack something, it doesn't seem to work.
bludgeoning damage
on
was the
these
thing to
zombies.
work on undead.
Skeletons. It works on.
Ah,
Yeah, you feel like not all of that went through.
okay.
As the zombie hits the floor next to you. Flopsy, what are you up to?
Step through, little man. Step through.
I'll 5 foot through.
All right, Flopsy.
Flopsy's going to pull another one of those similar flasks and throw it at the creature that's still standing up.
Okay, the one that is misfortuned, I believe.
Excellent. Look out. Shield your eyes there, Mile. Everyone, incoming.
Flopsy! Oh no.
Fuck. 7 to hit.
7 misses. Again, your flask hits wide, although splash damage again hits. So,
Yep.
Reg, I believe you're still base to base with this, even with a 5-foot step.
Yeah.
Is there a reflex save, or it just takes 2 points of damage?
It takes 2 points. It's minimum damage. 1 point of damage for Reg, 2 points for the creature.
Okay.
Damn it! These things can't get around the corner. I need a clear line of sight. Are those the creatures you saw?
No, I don't know.
Can I do a knowledge?
You
I'm
saw-
blind.
Yeah, you went from these are the things that just read.
Can I do a knowledge check just to see what they might be?
You definitely know them to be zombies, okay? And from what you know, as you are looking at it, you know that zombies have. You need to use slashing weapons to be exact. On zombies, you also know that they have undead traits.
They're like undead but need to be slashed, not hit.
I need to slash on them.
Use the
I'm a slasher.
Prices.
use the karma to do the damage.
Miles, what are you going to do?
Miles is going to look at the other one on the left-hand side and go,
The one that's on the floor, or the one
the one that's on the floor that hasn't been misfortuned,
Yep.
and go, oh, you're in trouble now. You should never have hit Big Greg.
Okay, that is a 20 will save.
Oh, he passes.
Do you find that amusing?
I do. Oh, now you're really in for it. And he cackles. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
All right. So Miles laughs and doesn't do anything useful. That is Saloni's job.
Wow.
Saloni, pull it with her weapons out. Looks at you weirdly as you're laughing because she hasn't she's seen you in action doing this before, and she's like, "This is nothing to be laughing about." And she walks straight past you into the room in between the two zombies, and she'll take an attack with her rapier and with her dagger. One on the floor, the one on the floor. She'll try and finish that one off. Can you please make 2 rolls for me, Brett?
One on the floor. That's not very
3 and 3.
She's not much like the Carth at all.
She takes 2 attacks on the zombie that is on the floor and misses
Reg.
both of them. She hits the floor and she slices wide, but the zombie kind of flails and grabs her wrist before the dagger can hit her and swats her aside. That brings us down to the zombies themselves. The zombie on the floor is just going to attack her from the floor. It's going to miss severely, and the zombie that is still standing up, Reg, it's looking at you.
Do I get an attack of opportunity from the one attacking on the floor?
No, only if it stands up, and it's not smart enough to think that it needs to stand up. It's just taking all the negatives from being on the floor.
Gotcha.
And you know, you've seen zombies cut in half before. They don't mind slopping around on the floor at all.
Sure.
And the one that is misfortuned and standing up, Reg, looks at you with hatred and greed in its eyes. It wants your little flesh. Apparently, halflings taste better for undead creatures than any other type
Baby
of
back ribs,
creatures.
right?
Baby back ribs. That is still not doing too badly. That is a 17 to hit you.
Meets it, beats it.
It slaps into your body again, aiming for your head because it just wants to knock you on the floor so it can ravage your body. 7 points as it slams you. Boom!
Holy shit.
Round number 3.
I don't think you're going to survive another one of my bombs there, Reg.
Just no, I won't.
Round number 3. Reg, it's your go. What are you going to do? Are you going to move out of here? How dangerous is this for you?
Pretty bloody dangerous. What do I want to do indeed? What a chance is that? Like a misfortune. I thought I was going to roll in absolutely fantastically as well because it's such a good combo. I go in, they happen to roll twice. Justin rolls for shit.
Yep.
Fuck, that's 19 points of damage I've taken in 2 rounds. That's not including your damage.
They're not moving. Are they attached to the walls or something?
Can I make a perception to see if they're attached to anything? It's
No, they're not attached to
Okay. I'll 5 foot back and I will heal.
Are you going to burst or are you going to cast a
I'm
spell?
going to use my Y. I am going to cast a spell. Yes.
So you cast a spell, knitting your wounds together. Part of your head pops out as it's been caved in a little bit. Flopsy, what are you going to
Oh,
do?
my clothes are undone.
Flopsy's going to delay and say, Saloni, get out of there. Let me throw a bomb at them both.
Silent Blur, thank you for the warning. This is I figure this is unlike you. Miles, what are you doing?
Fucking bitch.
Miles is just going to draw his silver dagger and then cackle, extending misfortune.
Okay, so Miles pulls out a dagger.
Okay, I guess we're
and
doing this the
starts
old-fashioned way.
laughing. Saloni, again, kind of looks at you weirdly, but then withdraws out of the space outside of the room and gestures to you, Flopsy. After you, sir. Flopsy, it's your go if you want to have one.
Flopsy's going to wait for
moves
them
out of
to
the way.
move.
The one that is on the floor that is crawling, again, it doesn't actually take the time to stand up, but it does crawl as a full move action. It crawls 5 foot towards you, Reg, and it kind of reaches out with its bony hand to try and grab you by the heels, but that's all it can do. The other one moves up and tries to bash into you, holding you up against the wall. They know that they've got you pinned here, even as dumb as they are. Oh, that is not bad, as the slam comes boom straight into you for 21 to hit armor class.
Oh, I thought there was damage for a second.
Oh, no. I thought that was a CMB check, no?
No, it's
Just pushing me.
No, it's slamming you.
Oh, right,
It's
okay,
hitting
cool.
you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the first one used all of its move action
Yep.
to crawl towards you. They're not smart enough to figure out tactics, so
Yes, it hits, yes.
oh, this is max damage. Now, I don't know how much you healed, and I don't want to know how much you healed.
Oh, you'll win in a minute.
I know that this is not good. This is 10 points of slam damage as it smashes boom
And
into you.
little Reg collapses to the floor.
Oh, little you guys from outside see this zombie backhand little Reg cracks into the wall, and it's almost the hit into the back of the wall that slams him. He hits one of those gears with his head, and you hear a crunch as he limply falls to the floor into the grease pit below.
Flopsy will take his turn after the enemies go.
Yep.
Broken arrow, I believe. Fuck you now. 18 to touch on a touch attack on the one that's standing up.
Definitely hits.
As another bone burn flies in and hits it directly on its skin, doing 8 points of damage to it.
Ooh.
And roll a reflex save, please.
It doesn't need to as it crumbles to the floor. Now, the question that I've got for
Reginald,
you
you
here
take
is,
1 point of damage as a splash damage.
this is a dangerous business. A dangerous business with a party member who's on the floor, not knowing what he's on. Oh, please tell me. Oh, I'm looking at his face. I think he's dead. I hope he's dead.
I think he's constipated.
Flopsy's got it covered. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it.
You've covered me already. That's the
Yeah,
problem,
right.
right?
He's
And
got
then-
it covered
and
with a
then-
blanket.
And then Flopsy's going to move in right next to Reggie and the undead creature that's on the floor.
That's on the floor. Are you going to be base to base, or are you going to be in the are you
Base
gonna-
to base with both of them. He will
Okay.
take the opportunity to be attacked by that undead creature, and he will yell out, "Come, now hit this one with all of your might."
Flopsy moves into base with that creature, provoking the attack of opportunity. I'm hearing.
Go on, attack me.
It strikes out at you. It's got negatives from being on the floor, and it misses
Yep.
terribly as you move into base to base with it. Round number 3. Reginald, you are on the floor. You are dying, perhaps even dead. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Miles, it's your go.
Miles seeing this, and the one that was misfortuned is dead, or
Yes,
is it
the one that's misfortuned is now on the floor in a smouldering mess from the flask.
Seeing Big Reg go down, he's just going to go, "No, Big Reg!" And he's going to charge forward and just start stabbing at it with his dagger.
Okay, you move straight in and around the corner.
You might see a little grin on Reg's face from being called Big Reg.
even beyond.
Yeah, from the grave.
That's a miss.
What'd you roll?
A natty 4.
Oh, yeah, that's a miss. Saloni has her go at this point. She moves through the doorway, moves through. I assume you let her in
I would have. Yeah.
for this one, and she moves also into base to base. So all of you are crowded around this zombie that's on the floor. She attempts to try and slice it with her dagger after hearing Flopsy say, "Only use your dagger. I shall cut this." And she slices with her dagger. Can somebody roll for her, please?
The rapier will also work, Saloni.
No, it's a piercing weapon.
It's a fumble.
Would you like to try and confirm that fumble?
No, somebody else can.
You got nothing else
No,
going on. Roll
yeah,
your
go for
dice.
it.
Fucking got a 6.
Oh no! Oh, in the This is great. I don't even have to roll to ruin the
I've
day.
been hexed. Not you.
Yeah, this is usually what happens for you. We don't need to do anything. You kill
Stop
yourself.
playing my character, Luke. Pulled muscle. Can somebody please roll 1d4? Luke,
Sure.
you might
Why
as well
not? Let's
do-
do
Yeah, might
Can
as
I
well
want
finish
somebody
it off.
who's going to do the big 4
3.
points of
Oh,
strength
what a surprise.
damage.
3.
So she pulls a muscle, and you see her as she slices into it. Her shoulders cramp up, and you see her pain rack her face. Like if you've ever had a cramp before, you know the absolute horror that is. And she starts twitching as she takes damage to her strength.
Reggie doesn't see any of that.
It's the zombie's go. Now this zombie's a hero. I'd like to just point out that this zombie has had a hard life.
What's his name?
Zed. Zed's a
Zed's
zombie.
dead, baby. Zed's dead.
Zed is dead.
What do you do for a
Whose job
living?
it is this? What did he do for a living?
Yeah.
Well, you
I think
see,
he's called Chew, right?
That's for a killing.
Zed led a complicated life. Zed was actually a cow herd by day, but at night time he pursued his interest, which is dancing.
He was a whole herd of cows.
A cow herder.
He was a whole herd of cows.
Yes. So during the day he was in a pantomime cow suit, but at night time he danced.
I did not hear the ER where he first said cow herd.
I could have
Even- it's also
danced
called a
all
cow herd.
night. I could have danced all night.
Yeah. Zed, the zombie, the hero zombie of legend and fame, doesn't need to do anything but moves onto Reg's square and begins to try to bite him.
Is that attacks of opportunity from everyone as,
As
it moves out of its
As it
square?
moves in a full round,
Yeah.
taking it all of its turn and provoking attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
Why? Why ruin it for me?
I'm just keeping you honest. Why are you rolling your poop dice,
Yeah.
man?
I know.
That's
Didn't even
Saloni's
think about
dice. Leave them alone.
All right, Miles, what did you get for your attack of opportunity? You've got a dagger in your hand.
So that's an 18 to hit.
Ooh.
That is definitely going to hit this creature on the floor.
Boom, boom.
Apparently, daggers are D4s.
Yep, that's a 3 points of damage.
3.
3
Solid.
points
Good number.
of
Good number.
slashing damage. You feel like all of that damage goes through. Could you please roll for Saloni again, Luke? You've got nothing better to do.
He's rolling up a character.
Roll. Roll to save your soul.
16.
16 again, enough to hit this creature. Can you please do 1d4 damage?
Why is everyone carrying fucking pocket knives? 4! Sorry. Sorry. Fucking just broke the system.
I've never seen you yellow hit that before.
Sorry, what?
That was 4.
Sorry, what's that now? I can't hear you, sir.
Now, the unfortunate part is if Saloni hadn't have fumbled, that would have dispatched this zombie with that one hit.
Come
However,
on, Flopsy.
because she is so low on strength, she doesn't get to add her strength bonus to damage, and all of that 4 goes through, but it's not enough to kill the zombie. Flopsy, do you have any way of making an attack of opportunity?
Do you have a weapon drawn for one?
Just my wit.
Well, that's not very sharp.
Oof.
Bludgeoning.
Yeah. And the creature moves over the top. You see it just bite Reg, just kunk, as it's.
Have you got anything you can hit it with or not?
No, I don't.
We can't even do an unarmed strike.
No,
it's an
you
attack
can't do
of
it as a attack of
opportunity.
opportunity. It's a train.
No, Flopsy,
no.
it is your go as you see this creature begin to mung on Reg.
Mung.
You know, that's a very
I've never
Australian
heard that word before.
That's a
Mung.
very
What does it
Australian.
mean?
It's an eat.
Oh, right, okay.
Mugging out on a little halfling.
I see.
Mung.
From a foreigner's perspective, I understand how that could sound weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Oddly sexual, maybe.
Did it bite him? Or is it not yet?
It's you can see its teeth are around.
Doesn't
its
that mean
calf.
you need to roll damage? Or
No, not now.
No, it means I need
It's
to
a
roll a
full
4
round to move 5 feet. Can't do anything when he gets
Flopsy,
there.
it's your go.
Flopsy's going to hold until Reggie and Saloni kill this thing, and then he's going to heal. Sorry, Reggie and Saloni will.
Choke on it.
Flopsy's going to hold while Miles and Saloni kill this thing, and then he's going to heal Reggie.
All right, that's good timing because Miles, it's your go.
Let's go again. Stab with a dagger. 18 to hit.
18 is definitely going to hit it.
Minimum damage of a 1.
Oh no!
Come on.
Even that minimum of damage of a 1 takes a zombie and dispatches it. Because I do not
Well,
believe
he's killed Reg, but
zombies
then
who
what's
already
somebody's
have
left
the
there?
staggered condition do not go into staggered, and that drops it
So-
below 0.
Reggie 1 under, zombie 1 over. Is that?
And you see a festering wound on Reggie's calf, a wound that doesn't look great, a wound that is probably going to turn Reg evil. I've been watching a lot of Evil Dead, so you probably want to chop his leg off, but we'll do that next time we play.
Oh, can I heal him?
Well,
No,
yeah.
no, next time. Next time, Reg is dead.
I was already
As far
doing
as
that
I'm
too.
I've
concerned,
already
Reg
got
is
the
on my
character sheet
side
written
of the
up, yeah.
table. Yeah, Reg is a zombie now, and he's going to come back and kill you all.
Carl. Where's Carl? Coral.